Hello guys, Lincoln here, and the merge of the 12 oldest servers are live. Everyone from these 12 servers have been placed now, all the guilds have been placed on a brand new server, server 26, and it's possible to join this server as well if you're new, but I wouldn't recommend it. These are really strong players on this server. We can check the leaderboard. We have players with up to 20 million in power. We can check the guilds. We have some guilds here with over 275 million in power. So strong guilds. We are ranked 4th currently. So we're going to see how this progresses. As you can see, we have a lot of unions right now. Everyone's been afraid of this guild war. They have shown themselves being the strongest one out of the 12. So kudos for them. But also a dangerous position since the eyes are fixed on them now, so it will be interesting to see how this holds up and which unions everyone will get. But what I wanted to discuss today actually was some PvP fights. We have actually been missing this a lot on the server. We have been more or less a PvE guild, to be honest. Too many unions early on and we got stuck in the center. And I've been observing some of these fights now, and I've found a really interesting PvP group that I want to discuss. And it concerns the combo Fangrim and Lacroix. These two are really strong in PvP. You have Fangrim, but you need to get him to 6-star, and then you will actually reduce the attack speed of the opponents with some insane amount. Without attack speed, they can't use those ultimates. They can't do anything, basically. And he also pushes everyone to with his vortex into a center, and this works really fine with Lacroix, that makes an AoE center ability kind of thing, also reducing the energy regeneration of the opponents with a lot, so they can't do their ultimates. And that combined with his actually 6-star ability, where he actually has a silence effect, which as well prevents the opponents from doing the ultimates. These are currently known as being really strong PvP players. But what I wanted, what was new in this setup that I really liked, there were actually these two, and then we had actually another supporter. So in this, for me, currently the strongest PvP team that I've seen so far, there were 3 supporters. Nicole Lambda was the 3rd one to push up that energy so they can just spam those ultimates, Fangrim and Lacroix. But besides this, we actually had one hero that I haven't seen any use for until now. And in this team, they actually used Bishop. This is, for me, the worst hero in the game. I mentioned this many times. And I haven't really seen the use. He has some stun effects, but they have actually, the guy who found this in the first place, I don't know which one who did it first, but really cool idea. Having him together with this setup where you want basically a totally ranged team to shoot down everyone, and this is really a good and strong team against someone like Ulfuria as well, because they will prevent all melee from actually getting close to you at all. But then you need that Fangrim uses that vortex, but you also want to make them stay away from you. And Bishop actually has an ability that's quite interesting, and it's tie him up, and every 4th basic attack he shoots bolas at his target that launches onto another nearby foe and pull them together and stunning them for 1 second. That's good. And then he has this one where he do damage over a small area and pushes back any enemies into the area of impact. So this is why he's so good in this setup, because you want those opponents away from you and he will actually push them back as well. So really interesting and really fun to see Bishop actually in some really good use in these fights. And we can actually check this fight out if it's still there. Against 2 really strong guilds. We're talking some of the strongest on these 12 servers. Let's see if it's here. Yeah. So it's war against MVI. MVI actually winning this one. And if we just check the power of these guys, we have a lot of players with at least 2 million in power on their main team. So really cool fight. And as I mentioned, what I liked with this fight was the setup with Bishop in his team. So let's push on some and see especially one guy in action, calling himself Glory to Ukraine, who uses his third team, I think, which had this setup and basically could take down any amount of opponents. So really cool to see. This is a really long fight. As you can see, there's a lot of teams going on here. But this also gives you a general idea about good PvP teams. This Guild War, they know how to PvP. And as well does this team. And here's a werewolf team. You usually get some extra bonus if you have a lot of werewolves in your team. And even here we can see Bishop already. But most impressive was the Bishop team set up with Fangrim together with Nicole. So we'll see when it shows up. So let's see. So here you have the setup. You have Nico Lambda, you have Lacroix, Fangrim, of course Magla. She is one of the best when it comes to PvP. But you have Bishop here, and it's so cool to see this. How beautiful setup. This combination works so good, and no melee, and not even the what I call the double S tier ranked hero Ulfuria has stood a chance against this setup. So this is really interesting to see how this team can work together in perfect harmony. So you come with the stun. You need Fangrim to push everyone together before Lacroix can use his skill to his fullest. And here comes his next ultimate already, and this is thanks to Nicole pushing that energy all the time. And just keep them stunned. And this team, they don't stand a chance. Look, they have reduced attack speed with so much, and they are silenced, they're stunned, they get pushed back, and then they get stunned again. Really, really cool to see. And then you have the nice bonus with Lacroix healing the team as well. So he's really good in that way. He provides so much with this setup. Really deadly team, and to be honest, the most deadly one I've seen so far. Going to be interesting to see how this wars on these servers continue. I think a lot will happen, a lot of drama going to go on the next couple of weeks at least. So stick with us. We'll try to make some videos now that we finally have some PvP action going on. But this team, unstoppable. So nice. To stop this team, I would guess you need Dorian to hook and drag, kill at least one of these at least. So as soon as you have lost one of this team setup, so you only have 4 left, it it will not be as easy. You need entire setup. All these 5 working in perfect harmony. If you have Dorian, you might be able to kill 1, and that not even sure you will, since you will actually be so nerfed with all these stuns and all this reduced attack speed and silences as well. But that would be my guess. And I actually think even this guy is getting nerfed now with the fatigue, but I actually think he loses his first hero against just Dorian, as I mentioned, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Speed is up. Melee, Sadaharu, no chance. Huyun, not a chance. Totally ranged. They don't even get close to this team. Fantastic. So good idea with using Bishop as well in this team setup. Really happy I got the chance to see this. This is actually the first time I see it. I hit this team just dominating war, and we're talking War Guild is one of the strongest of all the servers, as I mentioned. Still, insane team. Insane. So let's see, do we have Dorian now? No, so this means he takes down this team as well. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So he has 56% reduced attack power, 56% reduced health, and he just keep going. Pushing back, entire team, and then nuking them down. But now he starts to fall, and that's not strange. He has that fatigue, but pretty cool, at least, to see this. Well, stick with me, and we'll see what happens tomorrow, guys. See you.